Namaste, my name is Shailaja and I welcome you all to the Kundalini Guide YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about the various kinds of bonds that are formed between a man and woman in a relationship. This is the fourth part I'm making in the series on the divine masculine and divine feminine topic. In case you have not watched my earlier 3 videos, I'll post the link to that in the description box below. Please watch that too. In any case, you can watch this video separately also. A man and woman complete and fulfill each other. The yin and yang. They sometimes attract each other and sometimes they get repulsed by each other. This attraction and repulsion creates a variety of bonds. And today we'll look at these bonds with regard to spiritual growth and maturity of soul and how these relationships transform people's lives. Whenever a person creates a bond with another person, the opposite sex, they are creating an energetic cord between themselves and that person. It can be created in one night stands, in a casual relationship, and even in deep, serious relationships. Because of the energy exchange that happens between two people while they are in intimacy, the cords they carry with them a karmic consequence. So it is always wise, if you're on the spiritual path, to reduce these kinds of cords, karmic cords or connections, and to limit the energy exchange you have with partners to the minimal, at the most one person, because that will help you to evolve faster. There are three kinds of relationships: the karmic relationship, soulmate relationship, and spiritual or twin flame relationship. Now, this is based on the maturity level, the soul maturity level of either one or both of the partners, the vibrational level of the partners, and the balance of power. Is it an ego based relationship, or is there a balance in the give and take, or the balance in the energy of the relationship? Karmic relationships. When I say karmic relationships, the word karma itself means that the person is attracting somebody of a lower vibration because of their own old karmic baggage. So either one or both partners in this relationship are of low vibration, or they could be of low maturity, soul maturity levels. Typically, these kind of relationships are based on taking from the partner rather than giving the partner. The spectrum of these kind of relationships is much wide in nature, and most people on earth are involved in karmic bonds or karmic marriages or karmic relationships. Even a one night stand is a karmic relationship. A casual encounter is a karmic relationship, because in these kinds of relationship the person is just working with another person at the surface level. A depths of emotion, the depths of the inner emotions is not totally explored in this kind of relationships. So even an abusive marriage is a karmic relationship. Typical signs of karmic relationship is that this kind of relationships are based on taking from the other person, or one person marries another because the other person can provide them a better life, or maybe the other person is beautiful or higher in status, or is somehow they're benefited by this relationship. So the motive is to take from the relationship, and little to no concern for the partner's physical, mental, or emotional well-being. In this kinds of relationship, you will see a lot of abuse, and when the partner is does not serve their purposes, then the person is discarded. In these kind of relationships, there's a lot of drama, fightings, violence, abuse, and people cannot even walk out of these marriages because of fear. It could be societal pressure, family pressure, or their own inner issues that keep them within that relationship even when it is abusive or unhealthy for them. If you look at the picture here, you will see that the cords that are there between the man and woman are formed between the lower three chakras. The lowest of all is the Muladhara chakra, which is all about survival and fear based. Then comes the Swadhisthana chakra, which is all desire based. And then the Manipuraka chakra, which is about power or society. So people in such relationships stick in the relationships, even when it is abusive and unhealthy for them, because they do not have the courage to walk out of it. Or maybe the circumstances in their life do not permit them to walk out of these relationships. This need based, fear based relationship, which can start off as a very instant attraction in the first meeting, can end up as a very abusive marriage. These relationships, one partner is using or devaluing the other partner. For example, when the man thinks that the woman in his life is only there to cook for him and clean the house and give him kids, and the woman thinks that the man is there in her life just to provide her with money or he is an ATM machine. In such scenario, it is a karmic bonding where one partner only sees how the other person fulfills their needs rather than how they can work together to establish a beautiful bonding between themselves. If we scratch the surface of these karmic relationships, we will see that the person who are involved in it have deep rooted dysfunctional beliefs or dysfunctional ideas which are there in their system. And that is what is attracting a low vibrational partner into their life. For example, if a man holds the belief system that a woman is inferior to him, a woman is to be used and abused, then he can never form a beautiful bond with a woman in his life. The relationship will only be at a surface level and it will be an abusive relationship. The same way, when a woman sees a man as being superior to him, or she does not value a man because he is not successful in life, these kinds of ideas again, she is vibrating at a lower vibrational frequency. And marriage always or a relationship always happens between two equals. Only two equals can take a relationship, healthy relationship forward because they both are taking equal responsibility for the success of that relationship. So when one person sees the other partner as inherently being weaker or lesser in status, the relationship will always be a karmic relationship. The karmic relationship can provide the person with the needs of the lower three chakras, but it cannot give the person genuine love. Because the partners are in competition with each other, they are not each other's well wishers. And the trust, the open communication, the sense of belonging to a person, kindness, all these things will be absent in a karmic relationship. In the karmic relationship, the perpetrator and the victim dynamic keeps playing out. That is, the person who is abusing or who is cruel, who is competing with the partner is the perpetrator, and the one who is suffering at the other end is the victim. Then later on, the victim can become the perpetrator, and the perpetrator can turn the victim. In this way, the both the partners keep on attacking each other or keep on fighting with each other, blaming with each other for their misfortunes. In that way, they both are keeping the drama of ego going on in their life. Both of them are trapped in the lower egoic brain and they do not evolve beyond it. So they both, in this situation, are trapped in the illusion or trapped in the Maya. Now, with time, with maturity, because people might change over a period of time, a karmic situation can turn into a soulmate relationship. But that happens very infrequently. Generally, karmic bonds or karmic relationships teach us a lot about life and people. If a person can learn from that relationship and leave it and move on with life, then the suffering and the trauma that was caused because of a karmic relationship will help this person to evolve, to learn more about life and move ahead and change their priorities in life so that they can attract a better partner. In our friend circle or generally in our community, when you see a couple who seem to have it all, they have genuine love for each other, open communication, trust. They work together, they have common interests, common goals. They are there to support each other, they enjoy each other's company. And they are the standing example as to how a perfect couple should operate. Then they are the soulmate relationships. The partners involved here may have past life soul connections also. A typical signs of these kind of relationships is open communication, trust. They have common goals or common interests. They spend a lot of time with each other. They're mutual well wishers. They genuinely take care of each other's needs, and they genuinely worry for each other. And they spend a lot of time and intimacy, and they do a lot of enjoyable things together. So this sets an ideal situation of for a beautiful relationship to blossom, which is very rewarding in nature. These kind of relationships provide a stable ground. They give peace in life. They give you a lot of happiness, and it keeps the person totally involved in life. But the downside of these relationships is that they can create attachment to meet that person again, to meet the soulmate again, to be born again and again for it. And this kind of attachment can again trap the person in this illusion or maya rather than pulling out the person from the illusion or maya. But these are still better than karmic relationships. In karmic relationship, the soul is very selfish. It is very immature. It is only thinking about itself. It is not thinking beyond itself. Whereas in a soulmate relationship, the soul has matured enough to think about another person, to take care of another person. So the highest form of relationship a man and woman can have on earth is a spiritual relationship or the twin flame relationship. Kundalini awakening is a rare thing. In that, also, a couple which has an awakened Kundalini is much rarer. And these are called as twin flames. Twin flames are very rare on earth, and they are divinely ordained. They are not here to for their own egoic needs, or they're not here to start a family. Maybe they will start a family, but that is not their objective. Rather, they're here to serve a higher purpose, higher divine purpose. So they are brought together because they are similar in vibrational frequency. They are a complete vibrational match. And while these people are evolving, when they initial stages of Kundalini process, they can have karmic partners. But once Kundalini crosses the heart chakra, the karmic partners fall away. And now this person will be able to recognize their twin flame or their spiritual connection. Until then, they will not be aware that they are twin flames. These spiritual beings are here for their last lifetime on earth. From here, they will move into higher planes of existence. But before they move, they use their combined abilities, their combined knowledge for the betterment of human society. They're here to uplift the consciousness of the world. Twin flames help each other to ascend on the spiritual path. If there's any lower egoic qualities or attributes still left in them, they help. They show them their shortcomings, each other's shortcomings, and they help each other in crushing their egos and moving more onto the spiritual side. The woman in this kind of relationship is called the divine feminine, and the man is called the divine masculine. The reason being that these people have come out of their lower ego qualities, and they are now imbibing the divine qualities that are there in a woman and a man, which are at a higher level. The Ida Nadi in the woman vibrates in unison with the Ida Nadi in the man's body. And the Pingala Nadi in the man's body, it vibrates in unison with the Pingala Nadi in the woman's body. In that way, they both are vibrating at the same frequency. If you see here, you will see that there are two tuning forks. In the top two images, you will see two tuning forks. Both of them are static. Now, in the second row, you will see that the first tuning fork is vibrating. The moment the other static tuning fork comes in close contact or comes near to the vibrating tuning fork, even that starts vibrating at the same frequency. So this is how twin flames are connected with each other. And when they vibrate together in unison, they vibrate at a much higher level. And that is how they help raise the consciousness of Earth. Now, if you look at the picture here on the right hand side, you will see that the twin flames are connected at every level. That is right from the Muladhara chakra to the Agya chakra. So, at every level, they have uh, made a connection, and there is a exchange of energy at every level in this couple or in this divine relationship. They use this higher vibration to create a Merkabah field or a light body. And they use this light body to move in and out of other higher dimensions. Here is a very famous couple who are very spiritually evolved beings. That is Sriramakrishna Paramahamsa and his consort, his wife, Sharada Mata. They have both used their entire life in the service of humanity in raising the consciousness of Earth. They have guided many onto the spiritual path. So, twin flames, when they come together in the last lifetime, it is for a higher purpose. Now, there are many twin flames who are not as famous. They work quietly in the background, but they still help in raising the consciousness of Earth. Merkabah field is your light body, where the physical dense body turns into a crystalline light body, where the masculine, that is the right side and the left side of the body, masculine and feminine energies merge. The lower and the higher self, that is the Jivatma and the Paramatma, merge. You will see that the lower triangle is the feminine triangle and the upper triangle is the masculine triangle. When these two triangles come together, when there is unison, then the earth and the heavens become one. The masculine and feminine energies become one. And the person ascends from the physical dimension and he creates a light body, a body of light which he can use to move through other dimensions. So, the goal of spiritual seekers, and as it is said in India here, the goal of life is to come out of the cycle of life and death. So, when somebody comes out of the cycle of life and death, they have a light body to travel through dimensions. They don't need the physical body anymore. They don't need any more births on earth. Twin flames, when they come together during their ascension journey or Kundalini awakening, they help each other in constructing this Merkabah field. And together they ascend or cross over. And that is their last lifetime on earth. Our relationships teach us a lot of lessons and they help us evolve too. Karmic relations teach us a lot about human psychology. It teaches about us, our own desires and needs. It teaches us to go beyond pain and trauma, and it teaches us to embrace forgiveness. Soulmate relationships help us give and receive love. They form a very stable ground for us on which we can spiritually evolve. And twin flames are living examples as to how a couple can work together and ascend together on the spiritual path. In relationships, we learn to forgive, to love, and to grow. And this becomes a seed for our future spiritual evolution. I wish you all the best on your spiritual path. Thank you.